Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Taylor Noble from Top Level Reviews, It's Demand, as well as Supreme Reality Gaming, bringing you a review, an honest review, of the new Scuf gaming controller. This is the Scuf Radioactive controller, which you can find on their website, scufgaming.com. I will have the link below if you're interested in checking out this controller. This particular controller that I have with all the features costs $205. That may seem like a lot, guys, but whenever I go through the features, you will understand why this controller costs so much and if it's worth it or not. So first, let's get into it. Let's look at the artwork first. If you look, the design is incredible. It's awesome, really it is. It's a black and white zombie design. It's got the zombies tearing through. This is to advertise the new Black Ops 2 game, which is going to have sick zombie interface with it. If you guys are zombie fans, this controller is for you. Now, if you notice, it is black and white. It's got the white out buttons, which is really, really nice. It goes along with the black and white features on it. Now, what's unique about this controller is what they advertise anyways, is this controller, if it gets enough sunlight, it will glow at nighttime. It will glow green. The zombies will pop out. Now, I did not really notice the controller glowing as much as you would think it would, as much as they show on their videos on the Scuf Gaming website. I left it in the windowsill all day, in the sun. I live in a desert, California, so it got lots of sun and shut off all the lights and everything whenever I came home. And it did glow, but not as much as they advertised, which was one downfall of this controller. Let's get into the features, guys. Scuf Gaming offers these really unique thumbsticks that you can buy. They're not a PS3's thumbstick. Although they do look like it, they are dome-like it, but see, they're actually raised higher than a PS3 thumbstick would be, and they're also higher than a regular Xbox thumbstick would be. Now, this is nice because if you use FPS freaks, you don't really have to put them on these anymore because of the elevated thumbstick. So it really does help with aiming. I have the right thumbstick domed, which helps me with precision, like whenever I want to aim, and I have the left thumbstick, which is just regular concave, just like the Xbox 360 standard thumbstick, and I have this so I can jerk it around more, so if I want to move my guy, I can just do that. Really, I don't need a lot of precision to move my guy. I did get the transforming D-pad, which is really nice. This is the first one I've had, and I like it because I prefer it to be raised, so I can actually feel it being pressed in more, which is really nice. Now, this controller does come with the Scuf trigger stops as well as the back paddles. Now, if you guys don't know first what the trigger stops are, these are really, really nice. Now, you don't want the trigger stops if you're going to be playing Halo, because Halo, different guns react on different pressure of the thumbstick. Like if you want to charge your gun, whatever, the plasma gun. I don't play a lot of Halo, I'm sorry. But if you want to charge like a plasma gun or whatever, then you would want to hold it down more. But this is mainly for like games, first-person shooter games such as Call of Duty. And the reason being is because all Call of Duty guns are basically the same. You just press down the trigger and it goes with whatever sensitivity. They have these pressure spots. So what you can do is basically you get an Allen wrench, and they send the Allen wrench with the controller, and you stick it in there. That's what she said. You will stick it in here, and you can adjust these thumbsticks to where you want it to be. Where I have mine currently adjusted to is I barely have to press in the trigger if I want to aim or if I want to shoot. I'm talking just barely put pressure in, and this saves you time. If you are a really good Call of Duty player, you know that really precious milliseconds really matter when it comes to those heads-up competitions with you and your opponent. And the time when it comes to press on a standard regular Xbox 360 controller, the time it takes to press down on the controller, on the shooting button or the aiming stick or the aiming button, it does take time. And whenever you have these trigger stops, it does help you a lot. Now, if we go to the back of the controller, you notice these two back paddles. Now, this is the most noticeable feature on these controllers, and this is what makes Scuf gaming controllers extremely unique. No other controller company does this. Now these back paddles are great, and I'll tell you why. I currently have mine set for A and B buttons, so I'm able to play on default. I know a lot of you guys probably play on tactical, especially if you're serious about the game. You play on tactical, so you could just press down the right thumbstick so you can drop shot. With these back paddles, it eliminates the need to press down on the right thumbsticks, and you know, whenever you do that on tactical, it hinders your ability to aim. But back here, you could just press down this button right here, which is set to B button, which on default would be the drop shot. It's set on the B button. So really, if I'm going, I can keep all fingers on the controller. Anything I need to press, I don't have to reach over here to drop shot. I don't have to press this to drop shot. I can just press this back button right here while still aiming. And let me tell you guys, that makes a huge difference when it comes to your KD. Seriously, my KD has improved so much, as well as my game battle skills. Really, my heads up battles, I'm able to win a lot more because I'm able to drop shot and get the drop on my opponents. Now, since there are two, this is for the A button, which would be the jump button. Okay. Now, another thing about these back paddles is since you're able to play on default again because you're able to drop shot by pressing this while still aiming, the great thing is you get your knife back. Because if you play on tactical, you know that you have to press the right thumbstick to drop shot, okay? And then if you want to knife, you have to reach all the way over here to the B button to knife, okay? But now, since you can just press this to drop shot, you got your knife back right there. Panic knife all day. Piss people off, make them rage. That's the best thing about the game, right? Now, if you notice, this controller is wired. I want to use this at competitions, and you know, if you go to a competition, MLG competition, EGL, or you go to lane events, you want a wired controller because it's best, and it is detachable further up on the controller. So you could just keep the USB plugged in. And now, another thing I want to tell you guys, if you get this controller, do not remove this warranty. Basically, it's just the seal. This is the Scuf seal of approval. If you remove this, your warranty is void with Scuf, as well as you cannot use it at MLG competition, EGL competition, lane events. Also, Scuf offers these thumbsticks for a lifetime with no slow turn guaranteed. Basically, these will not lag behind. For example, if you move it to the right, most controllers, if you move it to the right, you may not be able to notice it, but it does have a little bit of lag to it. But these sticks eliminate the lag. So these are good for a lifetime. So basically, if you start getting slow turn and start noticing that, you are able to send in this controller to get it fixed up, as long as you have the warranty in the back. Now, the last thing I'm going to mention, guys, is this looks like a regular back to a controller, but in fact, it is not. This has the Scuf grip to it. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the Scuf grip? Well, really, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. But it does make a huge difference. If you're playing the game and you sweat a lot, you know, like I said, I live in the desert. It does get kind of hot here. So my hands do sweat a little bit. And whenever they do, on a regular Xbox 360 controller, the controller starts to slip, which is not good. But the Scuf grip on here really makes a difference. I mean, you know, I'm hitting it and it stays connected to the table. And the reason is because it has a military grade sort of grip to it, to the back of it. And it's really not that noticeable, but whenever your hands start sweating, it becomes noticeable. The controller does not slip, really making this controller superior to any other thing. Now, would I suggest you guys buying this controller? Yeah, I mean, maybe not this specific one. This one is a bit expensive, and if it did glow more, then yeah, I would recommend it. But like I said, it doesn't really glow as much as they advertise. But do I recommend getting a Scuf controller? 100%. I 100% recommend it. These back paddles make a huge difference. The trigger stops, especially if you play Call of Duty, make a huge difference. The Scuf grip makes a huge difference. And the domed aim stick, or you can even get this one domed as well, makes a huge difference when it comes to gaming. It will improve your skill dramatically, and I do guarantee that. Anybody who owns a Scuf gaming controller can tell you the same. It does take a while to get used to, maybe like a week of playing with it to get used to, but once you get used to it, guys, you are murking kids. My first game, I played free-for-all, I went 30-2. Easily, just murking kids. I'll have some gameplays on my Supreme Reality Gaming channel if you guys want to check that out of me using the Scuf controller. But seriously guys, this is an awesome controller. If you find this controller, which costs $205, to be a bit expensive, you can send in your old controller, or really a new controller that you buy. You could send it into them and they'll scuff it up. And basically what they do is they'll put the back paddles on there, and they'll put the trigger stops on there, and you can get extra added on features. For example, the Scuf grip, the transforming D-pad, maybe. You can also get like whiteout buttons. Really anything that you want, you can have it put onto your controller, your old controller, if you want to save some money that way. My buddy just did that, and he I think it only cost him $117, so we got a really good deal on it. So yeah guys, this is a really great controller. I do recommend buying Scuf controllers if you want. The artwork is okay, but the functionality of the controller is absolutely amazing. I guarantee you'll improve your games skill and everything. So yeah, so guys, go check out their website, go check out what they can do, and I seriously recommend buying one. You guys have a great day.